Action.
Hi, this is Joshua Osteen, and I represent the Independent Party of America. I'm running for Vice President with my running mate, Daniel Frederick. The purpose of this press conference is to address the issues facing America and what the Independent Party plans if elected to office. Now, there are many issues facing America today. There is growing inequality in America, and there are tensions rising throughout the world. Our education system is broken, along with our healthcare system. America is in dire need of a solution, and the Independent Party will be there to solve these issues better than any other party. So now I will take questions from the press. Question.
Ben Solinger, States Chronicle. You say here in your platform that you're going to increase marginal tax rate from 39% to over 50%. How do you hope that this will plan on helping America?
Well, yes, this is important because the marginal tax rate is there's tax brackets. So under Reagan, for example, it was over 70%. I want to bring it close to that, not all the way to that, but close to that, because the rich in this country are not paying their fair share of taxes. And we need to increase the marginal tax rate and bring it up to where people making, right now I believe it's only people making $200,000 and more will all pay the same amount. Like a billionaire and somebody making $200,000 will pay the same amount in taxes, and I do not believe that that is fair. So we need to increase the amount of tax brackets that we have and increase the tax rate for those people. Yes?
Jake Dane, Guest Chronicle. We have credible sources from your running mate, Daniel Frederick. We have caught him, we've seen him smoking marijuana. What is your response to that?
I've never seen him smoke marijuana myself. I think it could be fake, but obviously there.
Good answer.
Yeah.
You have to like attack it.
You have to attack it. You have to
have to,
I've seen you smoking marijuana.
you have to turn it on that quarter.
I've seen you.
Okay, back to policy.
Yeah. What's up?
You state that you want to reform the Affordable Care Act. How and why do you want to do this?
Well, the Affordable Care Act right now, obviously, a lot of Republicans do not like it because, and Democrats alike don't like this act right now because there's obviously issues in it, like where if you're an employee and you get your health care from your employer may lower your hours of work below 40 hours a week to make it so that they don't have to give you those benefits of health care. And this obviously creates issues, and we need to obviously solve that issue along with others that are in the act. Question.
This is a little bit to States Chronicle. You talked about the broken education system. How do you plan on fixing that if elected?
Well, right now with our education system, we are falling behind countless countries. I think we're 37th right now, ranked 37th in the world. And we need to come back to that place in the top 10. We can do that by, I believe that a system of equity for all schools, for school funding. I believe right now that with property taxes being the sole driver for schools, like property taxes pay for the school that we're in right now. And we need to make it so that it's equitable. So the south side of Chicago is getting way less in taxes, and so their school is going to be funded way less. This school is funded way more than the school in the south side of Chicago, and that's not fair, that's not equal, and not equitable, and we need to change that.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. Okay, back up a little bit, please. What are you saying, Ben?
No.
Okay, you want to practice first?
Yeah.
Please read.
Hi, this is Tess Keem, and I represent the Republican Party of America. I'm running for Vice President with my running mate, Joshua Schaber-Weiner. The purpose of this press conference is to address the issues facing America and what the Republican Party plans if elected to office. Me and my running mate, Joshua Shaver-Weiner, our main focus is to really change the conversation in the Republican Party. We believe that social programs are not the answer to our country's happiness, and that economic issues must be addressed first. Questions? Yes.
Ben Solinger, States Chronicle. Your campaign has stated that you will cut education by a third in order to fund your immigration policy. Aren't you taking opportunities away from the American people? And if not, how does this help?
Actually, what we really think for education is we want to promote competition, and so we really want to promote private education. So one of our plans is that if you have your child enrolled in private education, you'll be exempt from taxes for public education until that child is the age of 18, then you'll be required to pay half. So by doing so, we really want to encourage competition and make private education just as competitive as public education. Yes?
So it doesn't giving, exempting private school goers from paying public school taxes, doesn't that hurt public education and really put all the money or all the focus into private education?
No, actually what it's doing is it's what we really think is promoting competition, and we're trying to promote private education, so people who do have their students, their child enrolled in a private school will be exempt and benefit.
But doesn't it hurt?
Next question, please.
Darlene Gordon, Associated Press. We have several accusers that say when you were teaching constitutional law at the University of Chicago, you traded grades for sexual favors. Do you have any comment on that?
I definitely, that never happened. That is completely made up. I never did that.
We have sworn affidavits, Ms. King.
And obviously those people who are accusing me of doing so are supporting the other candidates, and they're looking to destroy my candidacy.
So you say it's a conspiracy?
It is a conspiracy. Next question, please.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you.
I definitely think. Hi, this is Claire Wooten, and I represent the Democratic Party of America. I'm running for vice president along with my running mate, Deborah Kamey. The purpose of this press conference is to address the issues facing America and what the Democratic Party plans if elected to office. We believe that right now the most pressing issues are racial justice, education and equality, a fair tax system, and fixing America's infrastructure. Questions?
Darlene Gordon, AP. Ms. Wooten, we're unclear about your educational background. Can you put on your resume really fast for us right now?
I'm a graduate of Evanston Township High School.
Okay, and come on, you need more experience than that. You run for vice president. I want to know college. I want to know law school.
Went to both Harvard undergrad and law.
You
Majored in political science undergrad and then attended Harvard Law School directly after.
Okay, so you seem to be lacking political experience. How do you address that issue?
I actually served 8 years as a senator.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't say that.
Oh, sorry, you were asking about education experience.
What state?
Illinois.
Oh, Illinois is like 50th in paying their bills. How are you going to address that as vice president of the United States? They're terrible. They're corrupt. They dead people vote in that state. What's up with that? That can't be part of how we run this country, I don't think.
I think that the most important issue is that we need to fix our tax system so that we can pay our bills. We need to make sure that Wall Street, the big corporations, and the wealthy are paying their fair share of taxes.
Well, our current deficit is $19 trillion. How are you going to address that in the Democratic Party?
We need to cut back our spending in some of the areas where it's not less needed, such as military, and focus more on a tax plan that's really addressing everyone.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 11 State Chronicle. So, how do you plan on addressing student loans? Because that was one of your main points.
We believe that the interest rate on student loans is too high. It's understandable that students are going to have to pay the college in order to get a proper college education in the United States. It costs a lot of money, and the interest rate at the moment is much higher than what it needs to be.
So do you plan on just cutting the interest rate down, or do you plan on actually helping people pay for those student loans?
We believe that at the moment, the most direct thing that we could do is cut down the interest rate.
Ben Solinger, States Chronicle. There have been reports that hacks coming out to other parties, both Republican and Independent, have originated from your campaign office. What do you respond to these comments? How do you respond?
I think that accusations are accusations, and there's no proof in this. It's obviously we're not hacking other parties too. We have our own platforms, we have our own things we stand by. We don't need to resort to that to win this election.
Darlene Gordon, AP, do you think you have the temperament as a female to be vice president of the United States, and if so, why?
I think that my gender has nothing to do with my temperament and my ability to be Vice President of the United States. I think that says, I think that women are just as able to be President and Vice President, and I think that we would be the first President and Vice President to be women, and we are bringing something that has been much needed.
And there's never been a record of success with 2 women in the highest offices of the land ever before in the history of the world. Why do you think you could do the job?
I think it's time to change the fact that there's never been a record of success.
Okay, turn the camera off. So, can I say action?
Hi, I'm Emma Ringstad, and I represent the Democratic Party of America. I'm running for Vice President alongside my running mate, Max Layden. The purpose of this press conference is to address the issues facing America and what the Democratic Party plans if elected to office. Our party represents a better tax plan that will increase income revenue, which we can use towards education and also things like healthcare. At this moment, I will now take questions.
Well, this is Bronson Engel from the Politics Review, and I want you to really explain your position on immigration and the Dreamers Education Act.
So first on immigration, we will grant amnesty to all immigrants in the United States currently. Also, we will open our borders to all people that can prove that if they go back to their country, they will be killed. And on the Dreamers Education Act, we support that act. We think that if immigrants come into the United States, they should be allowed to become full citizens and participate in our society. Yes.
Molly Hardenstein from the New York Times. What do you feel makes the other VP candidates the most unfit for president, specifically Fritz?
Okay, well, the Republican vice president has been seen participating in things like the KKK, which is just extremely awful, especially because his presidential running mate is black. Also, Fritz has no educational background on law or government, and I do, and that makes me more qualified. Yes.
Do you have any, this is Thomas Newman from the New York Times. Your comments on Fritz being in the KKK, do you have any evidence of this?
Yes, the Washington Post posted photos, or wrote an article about the photos found of Fritz also participating in dogfighting, which is just extremely abusive towards animals.
What is your stance on gun control?
Gun control?
Gun control.
On gun control, we would like to have common sense gun control, which means better background checks, as well as bullet regulation, so people can't have thousands of bullets in their homes, especially bullets for extreme weapons such as AK-47s. Yes.
Darlene Gordon, Reuters.
Yes.
Would you talk about your credentials and your background that qualifies you to run for Vice President of the United States? I'm particularly interested in your educational background and any elected offices that you may have held prior to this campaign.
Yes, that's a great question. So I did go to Princeton and graduated with a law degree, as well as I did teach at Harvard University about constitutional law, and I was governor of the state of Illinois, so I do have good practice in our government.
Thank you, Ms. Ringstack. That's it. Cut it.